Welcome to Freedom to Think. I'm your host, Jeff. Here's another for our Freethinker React series. Once again, joining me is my lovely wife, Keegan. Thank you so much for joining in the studio. Also, tonight, it may be late, but we are getting caffeinated. Okay, actually, I have some of the best subscribers in the world, and somebody actually sent me Valhalla Java Odin Force Blend coffee. So far, it's really good. Super dark roast. And I like my coffee like I like my women. Hot and black. You get it?
Because I'm like solid white.
Yeah. Yeah. I put Cool Whip in it. So, great value, though. Not the real Cool Whip. It's too expensive. We're almost out, so the next cup will probably be black, so it's fine. Anyways, on today's episode, I actually got a request from a longtime supporter of the show, from Sherry on Twitter X. Good morning, Jeff. If you haven't seen the song President Who by Burden, it'd be a great one for you to react to. Excellent. I like Burden. I have a couple of his songs on my playlist, done a few videos. Always been pleased with his music. Have you heard anything from Burden yet? I don't think so. All right, so this will be an absolute first reaction for Keegan to Burden. President Who, I can make some assumptions about what this is about, and I think it's going to be great. So if you enjoy these kinds of videos, please like, please subscribe, comment what you think, comment what you want to see next, because you might get a shout out in that video. But let's get right into it. It is recording, right? Yeah, it is. Okay.
You'd lose all 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, the devastation would be incalculable.
Everybody is going to war, and the way things look that it could come knocking up on our front door. And the world can see it's no secret we're weaker than they ever seen us before. Would pray for them other places, but lately I'm thinking that we need it more. We need.
I like that very last line. You said lately you're praying for other places, but lately you're feeling like we need it more.
Yeah, like worrying about the rest of the world before yourself.
Yeah, like the opposite of America First, which seems to be the current administration agenda. The world agenda. And I like that he said that they've never seen us this weak before. There was the line about that. Because on the world stage, we look pretty damn pathetic right now. It's not good.
I thought falling over was a strength.
Yeah, falling upstairs, downstairs, off bikes, podiums.
They ever seen us before. Would pray for them other places, but lately I'm thinking that we need it more. We need it more, we ain't got no lead. I think it's time that we lead ourselves. We ain't got no freedom. This whole time how I really felt. We ain't got no reason to do what they tell us about what they sell. God bless me, the Lord that help. Gotta be one for yourself, cause we ain't got no leader. And it's making us look weak, and it's making us look like one of these countries. One of those countries could be. While the borders are open, so maybe they already in and they armed. They could be. What happened to being the strongest military in the world the way it should be?
I definitely like he touched on the border, saying the border's wide open, so they could already be here, which we know there's been like a record number of arrests of people on the terror watch list crossing the border. And with all of these pro-Hamas Palestinian marches that are happening in cities all over the place, those are people that just got here, a lot of them.
Yeah, and undocumented, so no way to trace your crime.
Nope. People who come here illegally are more likely to commit crime once they get here, because they already committed the crime by getting here illegally. What makes you think that would be the last crime they commit? I mean, that's just logic. And then we're incentivizing it too. So you incentivize people to break the law. Why would they follow the law?
Yeah, you reward it by rewarding it.
Right. It's like the opposite of raising good children or disciplining pets, you know?
Oh yeah, like rewarding bad behavior.
Right. So like your yappy little dog acts like an asshole at the table, and then you give him scraps the whole time.
So maybe they already getting their arm, they could be. What happened to being the strongest military in the world the way it should be? It would be if the right man was in the Oval Office. We got cheated, I ain't getting off this. Preach freedom, I will never stop this. America, no one can top us. And social media blocks us. Shadow bans and it boxed us.
Social media blocks it. That's great.
Yeah. He said we got cheated. If the right guy was in office, we'd be fine. So I don't know if we'd be all the way fine because things are going so bad, but we'd be a lot better off. And you got to be half a meatball to disagree with that.
There are still people that disagree with it.
Yeah.
But...
well, a lot of those people aren't even half a meatball. So
yeah, that's true.
No one can top us. And social media blocks us. Shadow bans and it boxed us. Into a group for telling the truth. The government probably gonna pop us. You talk about it, that's cheap.
Yeah, you got her. It is nearly a miracle that a black van hasn't pulled up and dragged me off into the sunset. But we live in the greatest country in the world. We have the First Amendment, despite what most of these big tech companies and government officials are trying to do. For now, the little guys like us are a little bit more insulated. But we just had a hearing where Senator Hawley is talking about these big tech guys censoring very obvious, clear truth to fit the narrative of the left wing versus putting any resources towards like protecting child abuse material from being all over their platforms. So it's like you're going to put funding and personnel on Rona misinformation from the pandemic, which was all right. Election stuff, which seems more and more every day like it was all right or pretty close to all right. And then, the Hunter Biden laptop thing that got a lot of people kicked out. I mean, there's all this stuff across basically the whole Trump era where the left side, if you subscribe to the left-wing thinking, you were dead wrong and the media backed you 100%. He said shadow bans and all this stuff that just went against the people who were just telling the truth.
Yeah, it's incredible if you look into it, like with the censorship and stuff, how much that actually influences people's opinion and what gets pushed to them on search engines and stuff like that. So, but it's like secretive, so you don't really know that you're being manipulated. But then when all the good searches come up of Biden,
yeah, when the AI chat bot is like, or the Chat GPT AI people, they're like, oh, we don't get political. We can't say anything good about Trump. But then they'll write like a whole poem for Biden being like a great, wonderful leader. As like the AI was programmed by the psycho, mega lefty radical people. So get ready for the rise of the machines. They're going to come at you with purple hair and mixed genders. That's a meme right there.
Shadow bans and it boxed us. Into a group for telling the truth. The government probably gonna pop us. You talk about it, that's cheap. Gotta be a wolf amongst sheep. Gotta exercise every God's given right. Fighting, deny the defeat. Us taxpayers got beef. Working all of these hours a week. Trying to make more so they take more. And it's getting worse as we speak. No, they ain't spending on us, it's gone. But they ain't no telling where they sent it. They've been doing us wrong so long. Tell me where do we stand up and end it? I'ma say exactly what it is. And I don't care who gets offended. Can't invade us, too many gun-toting Americans for the Second Amendment.
Yeah, we love the inflation created by the Ukrainian money,
Oh, boy. Yeah.
They get the money, we get the inflation. That's fantastic.
It is. And when do we get it back? That's my question. So it's a loan, right? It's a loan.
Probably when the war's over,
Right. That's going to be a good
payback. The payback from the war, I'm sure.
Right.
Sure, that's coming.
All the spoils that they're going to have when they win. Yeah, we'll get some of that. But it's just like you said. They get the money, we get the inflation. Just like Big Pharma, we give them all this money in the pandemic to do their research and make their products and sell. They make billions of dollars, but do we get profit sharing since we fronted them the money? Do we get any of that cheddar? No. Do we get the loan repaid? No. So we get the inflation, we get the taxes, and then they keep everything.
Well, it's no risk for them.
Right. Zero risk and no liability. No liability, no risk, no financial risk if we're putting that up too. It's just a pure gravy train. That's insane. So, and that's all of these different apparatuses. It's like the intelligence community is like that. The general government is like that. Pharma's like that. The military industrial complex is like that. The foreign aid is all like that. I mean, every part that touches our tax money is set up the same way.
Efficiently, right?
Yeah, yeah, efficiently. Oh, man. But I love, obviously, he comes in at the end with, you try to invade us, a gun behind every blade of grass. That's America. Like, you're screwed. And I'm just being real because we catch a lot of crap as, people who are more not retarded. Okay. So we're very pro Second Amendment, freedom, Constitution. And I'm looking over in the UK and we got people with the Hamas pro-Palestinian marches that are going around. And the cops are not taking the cops are letting them take down the British flag and replace it with the Palestinian flag. And the cops are afraid to do anything because they're outnumbered and they have no weapons. You got unarmed cops getting pushed around by foreign nationals, essentially.
Pretty embarrassing.
It's very embarrassing. So the Second Amendment, in order to secure a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It has nothing to do with hunting, and it has nothing to do with your military or your police, because obviously if the people in charge of all of them cripple them like they did over there, then those people can just hand your country to another people, and that's what they're doing right now.
Also, like what he was saying about the strong military, like if you have a strong military, you don't really have to use it. It's just like people respect you a lot more if they know the force you can impose, even though you don't really have to, because people are probably scared shitless.
Right. Yeah, because Trump took out Soleimani and he took out Russian mercenaries in Syria. And after that kind of stuff happened, people were like, we're actually not going to mess with the orange man in the big USA right now. We're going to wait until someone else gets in there.
And I don't care who gets offended. Can't invade us, too many gun-toting Americans for the Second Amendment. Everybody is going to war, and the way things look that it could come knocking up on our front door. And the world can see it's no secret we're weaker than they ever seen us before. Would pray for them other places, but lately I'm thinking that we need it more. We need it more, we ain't got no lid. I think it's time that we lead ourselves, we ain't got no free. This whole time how I really felt, we ain't got no reason to do what they tell us about what they sell. God bless thee, the Lord and help. Gotta be one for yourself, cause we ain't got no leader. And we call it home when we all alone. You see it on your phone, if something would happen, a natural disaster, then we on our own. Be like, you reach 911, please leave a message after the tone.
I like that. We got no leader and no freedom. You got to be your own. You got to be your own leader. You got to take care of yourself, your family, your little unit. A lot of people just aren't ready. What happens if there's some kind of a disaster or EMP, weird zombie virus, whatever? It doesn't matter what it is, but something that disrupts your everyday food supply, money supply, all that. Like, how many people have skills and resources to actually survive in that scenario?
I mean, we already saw a small version of that.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Remember what happened. Yeah, that was straight up crazy. Panic. I could just see that. You have some people, the yuppie people that don't know how to do anything for themselves, call 911, no one answers, and absolutely shit their pants, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. I want to be around the rednecks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the rednecks are good. They're like, we got food forever. We got guns and ammo forever. You know, you want to make friends with those people before it's a problem. I'm just saying. The whole, you know, you guys are bigoted, racist, Even the like the Mexicans for Trump and the what was it? They called Larry Elder the black face of white supremacy. You know, it's like you need to make some conservative friends if you're gonna make it, because those people actually have like usable skills. I've heard a comedian say you can't eat a podcast. These people don't know how to do anything for themselves.
Trigonometry is not going to save you.
Yeah, no.
On your phone, if something would happen, a natural disaster, then we on our own. Be like, you reach 911, please leave a message after the tone. Probably the funding for one of the major crime cities for political growth. Allow me to say the silent majority has had enough. And who in the hell is our leader, man? It ain't had enough. They making deals with the devil that's gonna come back on us. And I guarantee some countries plotting, attacking us. You know that we stand our ground, so many big guns in every small town. Boxes and boxes and boxes of rounds, no boxing, but we gon' be knocking them down. Resisting and planning, they hating it. Defended with all of my patriots. Don't ever quit praying, keep faith in it. The US of A, I was made in it. Everybody is going to war, and the way things look that it could come knocking up on our front door. And the world can see it's no secret we weaker than they ever seen us before. We pray for them other places, but lately I'm thinking that we need it more. We need it more, we ain't got no lid.
I like how he continued right from where we last, when you call 911 and then no one answers. They're like, they've been defunded in a major crime city for political gain.
Yeah.
Like, what benefit have we seen from the whole defund the police movement in those areas? It looks like a post-apocalyptic hellscape. You know, each of those, New York City, LA, Portland, like all those places. You saw Elon Musk with Rogan talking about San Francisco being the absolute result of everyone on that far super left radical side getting their way and what it would lead to. So the mind virus would just absolutely destroy the whole civilization. And it has over there. Didn't know if you had anything else. I'm just doing a pause.
I'm just used to you like ranting and ranting.
I have a lot to rant about. So much to rant about. Did I mention that I host the Thoughtcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, where I rant for an hour about what's going on in the news? You guys should check it out. Yeah, make sure you do that. Shameless plug.
I'm thinking that we need it more. We need it more, we ain't got no lead. I think it's time to lead ourselves, we ain't got no freedom. This whole time how I really felt, we ain't got no reason to do what they tell us about what they sell. God bless me, the Lord in hell. Gotta be one for yourself, cause we ain't got no leader. From American residents, who is this president really the face of? Tell him to face her, yeah. We seen enough evidence, who is the president really the face of? What you afraid of? Yeah.
That is awesome. I like it. I like it. He said this resident. Who is he? Who is this president actually the face of? Because it doesn't appear to be we the people. Like, what has Biden done in his 2.5 years or whatever? Going on 3 years, yeah. What has Biden done in almost 3 years that has benefited we the people? Really? It's like Obama slow walked us for 8 years to a pretty shitty situation, and it was handed off from Bush, who sucked horribly. And I no respect for Bush. Sorry if that's offensive, but I don't care. So go from Bush to Obama, and that period of time, I mean, that's just rough. And then you go to Trump, and he magically just does some rational shit that makes a huge difference, and like everyone's better off. I mean, it seemed like we actually had somebody that represented us, the little people who made, average money, like median household income and below, were feeling good under Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like not even just what Trump did, but I think it's just that he was a comparison to the people that, I mean, honestly, nothing would be better than Biden doing anything. Like him on vacation would be better than him
talking.
Anything. But I think it's just that it gives you that comparison, kind of like Florida during that whole I don't even know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube.
Pandemic time period.
Pandemic. Okay. But it basically it gives you like what you should be doing, or how would you say that?
A control group.
Yeah, a controlled group of like people that are actually doing well compared to like New York.
Right.
Who was just, they're just going up in flames.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing, is that he just gave a comparison to, because people are just like, oh yeah, they're just the politician, you know, they don't help us and all that stuff. It's just expected. But then somebody gets in there and actually helps little people. They're just like, oh, that's new and refreshing. Yeah, and I like the line too from Trump where he was just like, yeah, politicians work for you. It's not the opposite where we're the indentured servants to the politicians. So that was pretty cool, where, you know, you're actually supposed to get something out of, it's a public office. So like they're basically employed by the people to improve the country and local areas and stuff, instead of the other way around. They're not doing you a favor to do their job.
Yeah. And, you know, it's a very interesting dynamic when you have the media spend all of their time, effort, and energy gaslighting you that Trump is ruining everything and everything is terrible. When you have 1% inflation, no wars, $1.87 gas, and a pay cut, and a tax cut. And you're just sitting there like, I'm not rich. Like, I'm not the rich.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're like, hey, I have barely cracked the median household income in the country, and I'm getting a pay cut and all of these massive benefits and the general benefit of an improved economy. The power of the dollar went up, so everything just like went down. Energy costs went down, so transport costs go down, so sale costs go to, like, everything was cheaper and our money was worth more and we didn't have to pay as much tax. So you're just like, what the hell are these purple-haired psychos in the media bitching about? Everything's good.
Yeah, it's when non-political people notice.
Right.
You're just like, oh, groceries are weirdly affordable.
We got a lot of steak then.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, we have like extra money. That's amazing.
Yeah. Now we get the like almost green steak on sale and share it, you know? Like that's...
I don't know about the grease.
It wasn't green. It was fine. But we did totally get a clearance steak and share it. And it was amazing. But yeah, under Trump, we would have had 2 delicious big steaks and not have to even get them on clearance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a difference. But the Biden era, as he's talking about, like, what the hell is going on with that? It's so bad. Non-political people notice because it's like everything bad that Obama and Bush did, he smushed that like 16-year period into 3 years.
I think it's good and bad because obviously we have to live through it, but then you want people to notice. And if it's kind of just like slow walked like a boiling frog, you don't notice as much. But when it's like this thing that keeps happening, you're just like, is this intentional?
Right. That's true. So you get the everyone wants to jump out of the hot water.
Right.
Right. I like it. I like the boiling frog reference, that imagery. Wonderful.
What you afraid of? Yeah.
We had like 5 seconds left of the song.
That's how you do it right there. Go for the rants.
Instead of going to the end.
Okay. I like the dialogue and I like the simplicity of the scene, you know, like I like that he had that kind of eerie cold blue filter going on in the, is that the pew or the pulpit? I don't know the verbiage, but he was taking a knee, trying to pray over this situation because it's pretty bad.
We kind of already did the closing credits
No.
during the song.
No. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I like the aesthetic. I like really the whole message to it. I didn't mention before, every song that I do a review on, I purchase the song, and I'll leave the link for the song and the original video in the description below. Make sure you guys check out Burden and some of his other stuff. That was a lot of fun. Keegan, thank you so much for joining me. Still have a little coffee left. So I think we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go live. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn notifications on, and then you can catch me on one of my shenanigan-filled gaming / political streams.
/rants.
/rants. Yeah. You guys can subscribe, comment what you want to see next. Maybe there's another awesome video worth ranting about. We'll do it. 100%. We as in me. I can't commit Keegan, but once in a while she joins us, and it's the time of my life. That is certain. We're out.